When you advise others to live their dream, what do you advise they do to take the first step?
So I meet a lot of people, and I always encourage them to live their dream. And I think many people say, oh yeah, you know, I would love to. I mean, who doesn't want to live their dream, right? And what I try to convince them of as a first step is that they can't fail. I really believe so. That I think that especially applies to us being here in the US and in Europe, and kind of with the fortunate environments that we have, that with many people I have to do with, and that might not apply to someone who's in India and has nothing to eat, but the most people I deal with in my daily life, they can't fail. You know, they have food, they have shelter, they have good education, usually they have enough money, there's no struggle for survival. And seriously realizing that, incorporating that, and acting upon that, I think is one of the most important first steps. Because I believe that's what holds a lot of people back, is kind of a very deep down sense of, I'm totally, utterly gonna fail, and I'm gonna end up on the streets. If you tell them, look, you're not gonna be that successful in the first few years, and so I think people can deal with that. People can deal with that, but deep down they have the fear that they always dreamed of being an artist, but pursuing that is gonna bring them out on the streets, and I believe that's wrong.
How are you living your own dream?
Asking myself very often what I want and what really drives me, what is success? Having that question very close to me and asking it very, very, very regularly, that helps me to live my dream. Because in order to live your dream, you need to know what your dream is. And one of the qualities of life, maybe in general, but particularly in my life, is that it goes on very fast, and things come up, and they're very noisy, and they speak to you very loudly, that sometimes the important things get pushed backwards, you know? And keeping them very close to, in the forward part of your brain, so to speak, I think that's what helps me to live my dreams. In a practical sense, it is by doing what I love, and kind of working on Holsti, working on Sandbox, and being here in New York. You know, that's my dream right now.